Hello. Oh man. Hello. Welcome. I I need to get something off my chest. Actually, this something might take over uh, here and there, and it's something I guess I've thought about it for a while, and it didn't. Everyone's like, "Oh no, he's gonna stop streaming." No, it's nothing to do with that. Actually, my head is shiny. Um, I found a YouTube video. I'm trying to fix my video in the background now. I used to watch Tech Syndicate, um, which was it used to be like or it was like a modern computer part YouTube channel, and like reviewer, they review parts and stuff. But anyways, long story short, Logan, one of the guys from Tech Syndicate, made this video about playing DOS games. I don't really talk about it ever because I have never wanted to go down the DOS path. Anyway, so the video was about there is the video now is probably a year, 2 years old. Hi, everyone. The video was about DOSBox Pure, which is a core for RetroArch. So, and it seems simpler to use than DOSBox, normal DOSBox. However, if anybody knows about DOS gaming, it's not that simple. Anyway, so I used to play some DOS games when I was younger. The Incredible Machine. I played Doom. Well, I played the Windows 95 port of Doom, but I played Full Throttle. Anyways, a couple of DOS games on this old computer that I had, and so I really wanted to dive into those games again. But so I tried RetroArch. I tried the PC version, and then I downloaded this core, this DOSBox Pure is what it's called, and depends on the game. Some old DOS games probably will work better than ones that some DOS games, before you run them, you have to configure them. You have to run like a setup executable and configure all the hardware and stuff. So I think that's where it kind of gets off the rails. I don't have that much experience with it yet, but I have run into some issues where I'm like, ugh. I thought this was going to be this really sweet DOS emulator so I could play DOS games again and it would be easy. But so that kind of started my brain into thinking, how is it time or is it worth getting into DOS PCs, like getting a DOS computer to play games? And that's not an easy answer or question to answer either, because there are probably 10, 15, 20 years of PC games. Well, okay, 10-ish. That era of DOS is like 10 or 15 years. And so there's all kinds of computer hardware that is compatible or not compatible and stuff. So long story short, I'm starting. Well, I have this old computer. It was Vista. This is a Vista era computer. So I have it. I didn't have to buy anything. So I've been messing around with that. I just got Windows Vista reinstalled. I know maybe you guys don't care about computer stuff, but I think it's neat. That's kind of where my tech career started. It was learning about computer stuff. So I have this. I don't know. Maybe this will be like a time capsule Vista PC. I don't know what Vista games like Halo 2. I'm curious of the compatibility of Vista, Service Pack, whatever, the newest one. Because if I can get okay-ish compatibility with Windows XP stuff, then sure. But then I accidentally found another video where this guy was like, "Oh, this is a nice computer to build. If you're looking to build a DOS computer, gaming computer, it's I ordered parts from eBay it's an Athlon 64 build, so it's still single core. This is right before it's like Windows XP era, or actually no, it's probably the board itself is borderline Windows 98 to XP. So you probably could install either, but I would probably install 98. So my goal is to build a computer. So I know this has nothing to do with the Turbonanza, but this is on my mind, and I was gonna stream this today, but it took me up until literally 20 minutes ago to get Vista installed on that computer, so I wasn't prepared. Anyway, so I bought an Athlon 64, which is the last generation of single core Athlons, basically, like right in the beginning of that era. I got a motherboard that is for that socket, and I got some DDR1 memory, and a sound card, Sound Blaster something, live, maybe something like that. So it's supposed to be okay. This is according to this guy in this video, but I'm still missing. I'd have to probably buy another SSD, and along with the SSD, I tried to install Windows XP on this machine, the DOS rabbit hole. Well, I really think it's relevant to a lot of people that are interested in retro consoles. You probably either somebody you know had a gaming computer during that time. Maybe you had like a family gaming computer or something. So there's a lot of nostalgia there for me. So that's we're taking this journey when all the parts come in and stuff. But I tried to install Windows XP, but the problem with that is all the hardware that came with this computer originally. So it has a DVD drive, not a flop. Doesn't have a floppy disk, but everything is SATA. Actually, this Vista machine is an Athlon X2, which is the first dual-core Athlon. So that's actually equivalent to the Windows XP / Vista machine that I had when I was younger. And actually, that I have a NVIDIA GeForce 8800 GTS is the one that I've got. So that's in there, and because of that, I need to get a new power supply for this machine. This only has a 250 watt power supply. Anyway, so I still need a graphics card for the new machine, the Athlon 64 machine. I have no idea what to get. The guy had a recommendation for something, but I don't know what's good. Well, for like 2D and 3D, I know that's a whole rat nest. So, hey Bartleby, if you know anything about DOS, if you know anybody to talk to about DOS stuff and old computer stuff, not super old, because if you go too old, like LGR kind of old, like 486, 386, that kind of stuff, that is sort of more expensive. But I mean, I don't know. So I heard all these parts of this Athlon machine, and then I thought about the computer that I had growing up that I played all these DOS games on. It didn't seem sophisticated at the time, but it was a Pentium Pro, I believe it was 200 megahertz. That's the one that was in this Gateway 2000 machine that my dad bought. So I didn't do 100%. I didn't do a lot of research, but I Googled Gateway 2000, because that Gateway is the brand, but 2000 was this like specific model, sort of. And so I found one that was similar, but it was actually a generation older. But it's the exact same case. They use the same chassis as the computer I had for my family growing up. And it was only $200, or like $130 plus shipping, like $40 shipping or something. So it was less than $200 for a case, power supply, everything that looked original, but no drive. So that's the only thing I have to figure out. But for the Athlon, the Windows 98 machine, I'm going to keep that IDE, but I'm going to get an IDE to SATA, and I'm going to use an SSD. I'm going to try to use an SSD, but I know there's things like Trim is not supported by XP, or a 98. But I've heard there's things that you can do to get it to work or something. I don't know. Well, we're going to cross that bridge. I'm not putting a hard drive in there. That just seems silly. I put a SSD in this too. So actually, Vista on 2 gigs of RAM and an SSD, it runs pretty good. So okay. So enough of that stuff. We'll talk about it when the parts come in. I don't know if anybody is going to care, but I care. And I want to actually do some gaming. So I figured that I could actually have, I could sit here and mouse and keyboard, and I can play some games with these computers. That means I have to blow up my capture stuff. I actually got Another tangent. This is unrelated to DOS gaming. Actually, you know what? I forgot to message you, Belmont. Let me know what color that you want. Just send me your address in a DM. And I'll probably make it out of ABS. I don't really like the color that the ASA is, so I've got, for ABS colors, black, dark gray, light gray, red, purple, orange, and blue. Those are the choices. That you can have any of those colors, and I'll print it, and then we can mail it out. Hey, OG Hugo. Your first PC was a 233 megahertz MMX. Nice. Yeah, Windows 95. Well, so that's like, I was trying to look into the history and the not history, but the specs, or like the generations, right? How they started with generations and stuff. So the gateway that I bought is a Pentium 1, 133 megahertz or something. The Pentium Pro is like the next gen. So that's Pentium 1 is 5th generation or something. Pentium Pro is 6th generation, and then Pentium 2, I believe, is 7th gen. I don't know. So it's interesting to see where those fall and which one's more powerful, or it doesn't super matter for DOS games, but so yeah, do that, Belmont. Reach out to me with the colors. So I got this. I don't know how good this is, but it was decent price and had okay reviews on AliExpress. So it's a 6x2, meaning it has 6 inputs. So these ones here are HDMI input on this side, and then I can connect 2 outputs here, and then I can output any of the inputs to either of the 2 outputs. So it's sort of like a little mini Extron. So this will be good, and I'm gonna get this set up over here so that I can, I don't know, capture more stuff and have both of the capture cards connected. Hopefully, because I know I never solved that flickering issue with my what is it, AverMedia card. Anyways, that's a side tangent. So I've got to do that sometime too. Okay, all right, let's dive into this thing. Appreciate it. I think you'll have to DM first. Oh, that's bonkers. Okay, all right, I'll here. Oh, let me just do that now before I. Okay, so I didn't reach out to. Oh, do I have to follow you first? Oh, I see. I can just do this. Hello. I'd like to see how that works out, since I would like to get one of those matrices. Yeah, hopefully. So I don't know. I mean, it could be distance too, because some of these HDMI cables are longer than they are. Like they're sort of out of spec as far as how long they are. I really wish my desktop computer that's over here was over here, but then I wouldn't be able to use it over here. Like, it's just, and I don't want to buy a dock, and I don't have Thunderbolt. It's just a big thing. Okay. So, all right, let me know if that worked, Belmont. All right, let's go over to the bench, and DOS games, depending how old of game, you can run it on a PC that is too fast. Yeah, that's one of the cool things about single core and like sort of that near that generation is you can actually like downclock them a lot. Like, and it doesn't blow things up because I don't know. It's like it gets weird with. Well, did I just move? What? Hello? I just moved my camera. Yeah. Anyways, it's cool. All right, let's jump over to the bench. Okay, so I have sort of been doing things. I cleaned the board, actually, the flux off of both sides. It took like 4 or 5 paper towels. I'm just pulling up the comments. It took like 4 or 5 paper towels, but hey, we got it done. And it's not perfect, but it is what it is. So let me get my comments. All right, I have one of those 2 and 2 capture cards on my PC to be able to record gameplay and testing of the actual console I worked on. Nice. Pop out. I have whatever. This is fine. That's why it had turbo buttons. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, I was today at work. I was watching, or while I was working, I was watching the LGR wood grain 486. It was really a slow down button. Yeah, actually LGR was saying that you could do it reverse too, so it'll boot turbo mode, quote unquote, and then the turbo button will just slow down. But yeah, it really, so that is what is cool about DOSBox Pure, is it lets you, let's say you got a game to work, but it runs way too fast. You can actually set like this emulated spec. You could say, oh, I want to only be 100 megahertz CPU or something like that, which is crazy. Like, what's even more crazy is you do that on a machine that's like 4 gigahertz or 4 or 5 gigahertz versus like, I don't know, order of magnitude more. Okay, so let me also go to Zaxour Turbonanza. Also, I don't have any VGA monitors in my house, so I actually had to bust out my GBSC. Actually, I probably could have busted out my OSSC too, because I think that does VGA. But I had to use my GBSC to capture the output from the VGA computer, which is kind of cool. Okay, so I'm just looking at the installation instructions. Okay, scroll down. Okay, got it. Wait a minute. Step 1. Let me put the comments to the side. The only thing that kind of sucks about old computers is I don't necessarily trust them to go on the internet, so I don't know if I'll ever network these together. I'm looking forward to installing this mod. I'm just waiting for the mail. Nice. There's so many good retro PC channels. I know, but the problem is, I don't know. I mean, it's one of those things where for DOS gaming, you kind of had to be there, and I feel like it was very easy to gloss over with consoles, just being so much more. I say mainstream. I mean, I know video gaming was not necessarily mainstream back then, but it's just plus there's different parts, and like I did stupid stuff like throw parts out. Like we threw out that old gateway computer. Like we recycled it. Like, okay, that would have been nice. I would have loved to have that now. And now I had to spend $200 to get it back. The same thing. So yeah, I'll do some research, and I want to share my thoughts with you guys. I don't know. You guys can come along or not. Okay, so it says PC Engine, step 1. Remove resistors R134, R137, R138, and R156. Now, the interesting thing that I saw, I think maybe later on in these screenshots, but instead of like absolutely removing them, there are screenshots where you can just resolder one of the legs. So like we have to remove these components down here. These. The reason I can't make this flat is because of the ribbon cable. This is really all. Well, I guess I could do that. Maybe I could put a screw in it. Make it let's make it a little easier to work in. I'm just looking for my thing here. I don't know which way the screws go. Oh my God, I was trying to put a it's a game bit screw, and I was trying to put my thing. I wish I had I need to get a webcam for the bench. All right. Maybe we'll put one on the other side too. Probably need to undo these in like half a second, but there's some stuff we've got to do on the bottom here. Okay, cool. Now, if you are going to do this mod, you need to make sure, unless you're doing it on a CoreGrafx like mine, if you're doing it on a PC Engine, the install is different. If you're doing it on TurboGrafx, the install is different. If you're doing it in I believe Zaxour has made something for the Duo, the Duo and the Duo R and the RX and stuff. So, okay. So let me show you what I'm talking about with this. So we've got to remove on this bottom row the FAR 4. So leave this 5th one there. I blame my wife for calling me a hoarder. I know. You know what? I'm not even gonna talk. I'm not gonna get into it because I'm not allowed to have stuff. Well, I weeded out junk, right? Because I've had my parents had an old TV that was like a 720p TV, but it was just the latency was terrible and it was just bad TV, so we got rid of it. But I've had other stuff that's like, I know you don't want to look at this, but I want it. I want to keep it, and it's, you know, I don't know. A Pentium 3, 450 megahertz with 4 floppies. What the? And an XUM 150. See, also I wonder what kind of open source projects are out there, you know, for DOS stuff, for gaming. Like, I know there's replacement knockoff or recreation sound cards and stuff too, so that'd be really cool. And like the Roland's MIDI stuff, like that that the sound of those Roland chips, like that slaps. I want to do that. My wife has learned to deal with it. Well, I want to know what that's like. Okay, so let me show you what I'm talking about here. And it'll be kind of difficult. Actually, you know what? Maybe I won't do it here. But basically, you kind of like flip it around. Maybe I'll just show you this picture, what I'm talking about. I don't know if I'm going to do it or not, but so instead of removing it and like getting rid of it completely, you kind of just put it so that it's still connected to one of the pads, but you just leave it disconnected so it's like there. So if you ever wanted to put it back, you don't have to lose it. You know what I mean? So we could try that. Well, hello. Oh, I had my speakers around. So let me try to remove this first one, and then I'll put it aside somewhere. So pretty usual. These are weird surface mount things. Probably caps. No, resistors. Yeah. So I think this is one of them, right? R134. Yes, R134. So we'll do the normal heat one end and the other end. I kind of almost did it. Look at that. That's kind of what I was talking about. Not the prettiest joint. Actually, I think you're supposed to solder wires on the other side anyways, so, and there's not really any room, but where are my tweezers at? My tweezers. Here they are. Hi, Chad. Helps to have a garage not connected to the house. Truth be told, she has no idea. I know. Well, luckily I could squirrel some stuff away at my parents', but I don't know. I don't feel great about doing that. But oh gosh, really? I'm trying the thing and it's not thinging. Okay, cool. All right. Hopefully that is. So now I gotta do the next one. All right. I know I'm not using more flux. I probably should, but I'm just trying to remove all of them right now. So here's where it gets weird because I don't want it to touch these other components. So hold on, I'll look at the chat in a second. Maybe Zaxour will be like, "Don't do it this way." Oh yeah, we're not going to get anywhere close to it. Groovy. Okay. Okay, so I think we will eventually be soldering wires to these sides. So I'm just going to tin the pads. And I think also this this side of this resistor, although I have to double check. So we're not removing that fifth one. All right. Well, speak now or forever something. I don't know. Okay, now what does it say? Scroll down. Step 2, disconnect composite video signal pin from the original circuit. Okay, so that means remove resistor 145. Remove resistor 145. So that is here. Oh, that's 146. Huh? Is it? Oh, that's one. Huh? It looks like 146, but I think that's actually 145. Do you guys see that? What the heck? Right there. Huh. All right, let's do the thing. So this disables composite video coming to the DIN, I guess? Original DIN? Where's my thing? Okay, so here I can get in trouble. Oops. Ah, gosh. Where's my liquid flux? Let me just add a little more. Okay. That thing just kind of wiggled away. Okay, that's better. Okay. All right, next. Step 3. Solder the Turbonanza over the expansion ports. Okay, now there is this, but I don't think I get rid of this. I don't think I get rid of this shield. Just gonna double check. Okay, so it goes like this. Turbonanza board goes like this. But I don't think I need to remove the shield underneath it. So I'm gonna keep on keeping on. So let's get one soldered in. And then the other side. Really? Come on there. Something like that. Can always come back and add some more solder to that one. Now we finish soldering all those little ones. Only the ones that have little white circles, not the other ones. You know what? I'm going to add a little bit of liquid flux. Okay. Well. All right, that's that side. Now let's do this side. All right, fun. All right, so that's the board. All right, scrolling. Okay, step 4, solder S-video connections. When soldering the YB, YR, Y burst wires, try to use as close to the exact same length of wire as possible to maintain proper phase shift. Hopefully my SYF GG board will be here tomorrow. Yeah, that's something I've got to do. Am I crazy, or was there a 470U cap you had to take off after testing? Yes. Well, we're going to take the entire DIN off. So when we take the DIN off, there is a cap, this cap in there. That little guy, that big guy actually. That's the biggest cap. When I take the DIN out, so that's gonna happen. 8800 GTS was probably a bad choice. Well, it was less expensive than the GTX, and so it was like the second highest at the time that I bought it. Hello. So I already had it. It's not like I bought it. So yeah, if I have to get something more, you know what? Efficiency is not necessarily what I had in mind, but yes, if I can. Oh yeah, no, I know what you're talking about, Belmont. What? You want your thing? Okay, well, I'm still streaming. There you go. My huh? Oh, my girlfriend's birthday is it actually today? Yeah, it is actually today. Okay.
You don't want to watch me open it?
Not right this second. No. Okay, then wait. No. You've already had, yeah. Okay. Now what? Okay. So I need some wire, or some ribbon wire. Get my ribbon wire. I hate using it, but there's nothing better that I know of. Yeah, I hate this cable. Let's see if I can have any other cable. I think I've got a couple of different kinds of ribbon cable. There it is. Yeah, this kind. Don't know if it's better, but. Okay. All right, so we need 4 wires, and then they need to all be the same length. So, let's see, 1, 2, 3. So that's the black. I'm just going to cut it super long because I don't think I'm going to need it this long. Oh, gosh. Messed my whole thing up. Saw my old Voodoo 3000 AGP in storage until yesterday. I wonder if it still works. BIOS off and corrupt. Huh. Why do I not like this case? It's hard to describe it. And it's probably in my head. They're probably the exact same wire. But it's always been granted, I probably use too high heat, according to many people. And so maybe that's why, but the sheath melts a lot. they're pretty quick and like at different. It is easy to mess up, I guess, is what I can say. And that just, you know, I wish there were just like silicone wire available, because with the same, you know, multicolors, it doesn't even need to be multicolor, but, well, it helps, but something easier to solder with. Okay, got my thingies. Ooh. Good enough. All right, let me just tin that. Well, actually, let me get my, it's been a while since I've used the ribbon. Got this paste flux. Ugh, some wires came out. Okay. Okay, so they're all the same. Okay, I bought that cable as well. I've not done. It's not terrible. I mean, it's pretty much your only option, I think. I don't know. I mean, you could probably find silicone wire, but it may not come in multiple wire colors, which is nice for something like NES RGB or something. Okay, so we need to do PC Engine CoreGrafx. Okay. Oh, we need to solder on this side. Well, we need to solder on the side that I added I flipped those things around. Now I guess I can risk it and try soldering to the part itself, or I can remove those and put the wires there. How close are you to making the goal for members? I don't know. YouTube didn't give me any notification that I was even like enabled to do that. So I am over 15 if it includes gifted subs. So there's that. All right, so I flipped this around the other direction, or maybe this is the same. Yeah, this is a different other direction. Now from right to left, it's yellow, red, blue, burst. So it needs to be like this, something like that. Yeah, okay. Well, we might as well do the burst one first, because that is the one that doesn't, you don't remove the resistor. Ah, gosh. Dropping everything. Okay, so this right pad. Let me just add a little more. Okay. Excuse me. So that's the first one. Then we skip one. So maybe we'll do the last one now. I don't know if it's a good idea keeping the things on there. I mean, they're out of the circuit, right? I mean, it shouldn't do anything. Oh gosh. Okay, well, change of plan. Goodbye, pieces. I'm going to keep them in order. I don't know if they're different, but I'm going to try to keep them in the order that I took them off. Okay. Oops. So that's 2. Now I've got to sneakily take those off. Two, 3. There's probably no need to keep them. You probably could just find replacements, but you know. Okay, let's add some more solder. And that. Okay, and then last one is the one next to it. Wouldn't be concerned with power usage, but the GTS uses 2 slots and needs a PSU more powerful than you find in most gaming PCs of the era. GT made everyone regret their GTS back then. Yeah, I do need to get a new power supply for that machine. I mean, I haven't run into any issues yet because I actually honestly haven't even used the graphics card yet. Just using, it has a second built-in onboard graphics. It is interesting looking at old forum posts and stuff, because there's forums from that era, and people are asking questions and stuff. Like the internet is a weird place. A good weird, but you know, like it's kind of scary if you say that something and it might last forever. Okay, all right, I think I'm happy with that. I mean, it's not the cleanest job in the world, but yeah, it's S-Video. Okay, attach the DIN to the board. PC Engine. Wait a minute, am I supposed to solder the other side? I'm supposed to solder... I'm guessing I have to solder the whole thing now. The whole thing to the other side. So these go to the matching pads up here on the board. So let's do that now. This is burst. Blue. Red. I don't know what these are actually. S-video. Some S-video signals. Well, Y is Luma, right? So then that means RY and BY are part of chroma. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's why it's like you can't not. Sometimes you just can't not use the ribbon cable, but it's just. Okay, so this is kind of an awkward sort of situation, but we've got to somehow manipulate these wires to come over there, but then be flat or level, I mean, even, sorry. Okay, that should be enough length. I hate this thing. Never worked well. Okay. Now we split. And I think they are in pretty much reverse order of where we soldered them. So we can kind of go straight across. Try to separate the wires a bit. Okay, so that, yeah, burst is the far left one. Let me just double check. Burst, BY, RY, Y. Okay, yep. So actually I could even do Y first if I wanted to. Why not? It almost looks too long now, huh? It's all right. Okay, that's Y. Now I can do burst. Burst. Still playing World of Warcraft a little bit. It's getting annoying now, but you know, still doing it. Gosh. Okay. Gotta clean this up a little bit. Ugh, I don't like that brown one. Where is my... where is my... Found it. Okay, well, this is bridged. Oh, gosh. I'm gonna rage quit. Taking my sweatshirt off. It's getting rage level. Okay. Well, these are a little too long. And they're all melted now, so. And I'm just gonna, I'm not gonna use that stupid thing. I'm just gonna use the individual thing. Like, I have my iron at 320, which is 30 degrees lower than I normally do, and it's still melting and becoming awful. All right. You try to get into it. Oh, retail or classic? I'm playing on a private server, but it's classic. Yeah, with some mods. Yeah, no, I'm good with hardcore WoW. Yeah, it's kind of circle jerky at this point, but there's a lot to like about Warcraft. But it's also hard, and it's very time consuming, and it's not really a great game for adults who have, a life and kids and stuff. But if you ever wanted a pick-me-up, just know that pretty much any time of the day, forever, there's probably going to be somebody that is going to play World of Warcraft, or is playing World of Warcraft at any given time. I don't know how that makes you feel better. You can make yourself feel better, but just interesting to know. Oh gosh, now it's too short. Oh no, it's not. Sorry guys if this is a struggle watching me do this. Probably should set manual focus too, so. Okay, better. Okay, I'm not gonna mess with that anymore. That's good. Nothing's bridged. Moving on. I randomly clicked on this link. What are we installing? This is an internal, I guess it's really an internal S video, but it's an internal RGB output mod for the PC engine. Well, this is a CoreGrafx. Long story short, the PC engine and the CoreGrafx, through this extension port here, actually, it already does support RGB output. So if you wanted to use a scaler or something, you can get something like a spark plug, it's called. It's just a dongle, or a EDFX, or I'm sure there's a couple of other things. That will just give you RGB output, and you can just use the dongle. But if you want to not have to use a dongle, and you have to lose the stock video port, but in its place, it's a Saturn 10 pin DIN, it's called, and it lets you can get composite video, S video, or RGB output. So you could use any of those outputs with this. So, yep, that's what we're doing. Have I modded a ColecoVision? Wow. How far have I gone with modding? What's the oldest thing I've modded? The oldest thing I've modded is an Atari 2600. Still don't... my girlfriend loves playing it, so I know the hours people can put in it. Oh, World of Warcraft, yeah. Yeah, that's the oldest thing. That was actually like the second thing I wanted to mod. The first time, after I met Bob, or found out about Bob in like 2016-ish, I wanted to do an NES RGB and the Atari 2600 RGB from Tim Worthington. And this is back before I had okay soldering skills. Let's just say I failed pretty hard. But I've never done anything older than that. I guess the first, or the most recent successful thing I've done, or the oldest successful thing I've done is NES RGB, I guess. Ooh, hold on, I got something to show. It's a quick anecdote, but I forgot to talk about it in the beginning. I got a cool thing in the mail. Version 3, 161-in-1 cart. You know what that means someday. I have a version, I think the version 2 are the yellow ones. But look at this sick shock box this came in. This was like $50 on AliExpress. And it came in like 10 days. AliExpress is it's going ham right now. Yeah. So we got this. We're going to hopefully some year build one of those crazy, I don't know, carts that people can build with these things. This is a side note. And HDMI with the Rad2X. Yeah, actually, and the SSDS, so the Super SD System 3 can give you HDMI output too. So there's a lot of ways to skin this cat. Probably some of them are easier than this. But if you like actually modding something. Okay, so I think we have to take this out now, or go on the other side. So now we've got to do DIN stuff. So okay, now is the time that I'm going to do that to desolder. Where is it? This thing. I'm gonna boot up my thing, my desoldering iron. Let's get rid of that cap. We also need to get rid of the DIN. Oh yeah, because now is just the time to do that. Let's look at the CoreGrafx. So remove 160 C162. No longer necessary. So that's this. Does it say it on the top? Oh, it's over here. Yeah. Okay. So that's the one that Zaxour was talking about. So we've got to remove that. But I tested the system, so I needed that for testing. So. Okay. Gone with the wind. Now we've got to work on, I'm going to swap over to my bigger desoldering nozzle. That's what's awesome about having the bigger nozzle. It doesn't cost that much, and it gives you easy access for big DIN connectors and things. All right. Do the nozzle. So I wish I had I gotta get another webcam for so you guys can see the stupid stuff I do in the middle. Open MVS. Is there? Let's see. Scrolling up. So much tedious work. Yeah. All the chips on there, Belmont, need to get flashed or something. I don't know. There's some crazy things. I did 2 NES RGB installs this weekend. Nice. Is there a way to consoleize a Neo Geo 1-slot MVS with RGB out? Yeah, so Open MVS is what I would suggest, but I don't know if anybody is producing them right now, the boards. But it is nice. I have one. There's also mods that can do HDMI output. Similar. I think it's based on the Open MVS. It was the very first device to give you upgraded composite colors on original hardware. Unless you count early S-Video mods. CoreGrafx? What? I get HDMI with CoreGrafx UGX02. Wow. First device to give you upgraded composite colors on original hardware. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, sometimes I wonder what I missed. You know, like there's projects that come and go, and if you don't if you're not around for the thing. Oh, does anybody want to talk about any of the scalar things? We've got a release date for. I'm gonna remove the DIN now. We've got a release date. Ouch! That nozzle is still hot. Not a release date. Release price for the RetroTink 4K, $750. About what I expected. I don't think it was going to ever be $1,000, but yeah, it was definitely not going to ever be way cheaper. And then we also had the OSSC Pro, which is about the same amount of money as a 5X. And I'd probably say similar capabilities. I wish I could get all of these things, but I can't afford every single one of them. And as it is, I'm not upset. I don't know if Mike's going to give me or let me review a 4K, which is fine. But that means I got to buy one, so I got to think about that. Oh, you think the price was okay, Belmont? I have big and small tips for the desoldering gun, but I usually remove them with a blade iron tip. Just flood the solder. Yeah, interesting. Okay, let's do this. This smells gross. It smells like 1,000 dead fish carcasses. Okay, maybe not 1,000, maybe like 1 dead fish carcass. Okay, well. Okay. I know you guys couldn't really see what I was doing, but I was carefully trying to wiggle it from the bottom. So, didn't be gone. Cool. So now I think we can go back up here. See, this is pretty much before and after. Before I cleaned it, and then you could see what it looked like after. Disgusting. UGX02 came out only weeks before the Super SD System 3. Ah, that sucks. The old version, UGX01, without the ODE, had been around for years and was upgradable. I like the product, but I can't afford it. Probably the 4K. Maybe the Morph. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see about the Morph. You know, if it doesn't, even if it doesn't have the polished features that, I don't know, man. That's still a tough call. We don't really know what the output is going to be like at the 4K or either one. I don't have a 4K. I don't know what it looks like. Yep, they needed to showcase it. I'm sure they will at some point. Just figured that there should be something by now. Yeah. Using your DVI OSSC. Yay. Yeah. I mean, I was glad to get a 5X and never use my OSSC again. Oh well. I just struggled with it. Okay, scrape the solder mask off the copper on the left and right edges of the original DIN footprint. So I do not have the mounting board thing, unfortunately. But I think we're still going to be okay, because this is sort of how the, similar to how the triple bypass did it. So I'm going to get my fiberglass pen. I know I didn't show the pictures, but it's talking about basically scraping the solder from, or the solder mask here and down here. I'm going to use my fiberglass pen for that. I guess I should give a little safety thing about fiberglass pens. I don't know. Just don't get fiberglass in you. Wear gloves probably if you were me, but I'm me. So looking at building or buying those GBS. So the GBSC is nice. It doesn't have really great output. And I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. And it really helped me today with the computer I was working on, because you could just put VGA right into it. But I don't know. There are better scale. I mean, yes, obviously there are better scalers. So if that's all the money you've got and you can find all the parts and you want to work on a project, then yeah, I think that's a pretty cool device. I got mine when they did the, there was some kind of like a group buy thing. So, but for the all-in-one version of it, not the one that you can just toss in a case, 3D printed case. I don't know how much of this I need, but actually, you know what? This might be not even worth it, because I don't have that big thing. Let me think about this. So essentially, we're going to do the same thing that we did with the triple bypass, and just okay, yeah. So I need to go a little further in. Basically, I'm going to try to solder. I know this is not. This is more like welding, which is not right. I guess I can actually solder. Well, I don't know how much. I guess we can't solder back there. I don't know. Maybe I will revisit this. If Zaxour wants to send me the little spacer thing. All right. The other side. Okay, you can send me it. Yeah, I probably should be wearing a. Yeah, I would wear a respirator, or you'd probably be okay. This is not medical or safety advice or whatever, but yeah, you'd probably be okay with like a mask if you still have COVID masks lying around. Let's see. Pixel said it's going to be even cheaper on Black Friday. Oh yeah, didn't they announce some price like 350 or something? 350 or something? All right. So again, this is probably not ideal. And I don't know if it's shorting any of these pieces out. You know what I'm going to do? And I think you guys know too. What I'm going to do? Stupid Yogi Bear. I don't know if this is what you're supposed to do, but there we go. Yeah, that was a good guess. If I had that, I don't have any of that stuff. Okay, so this needs to stick out. It needs to be sort of straight. So maybe what I want to do is I want to try to like. I know you guys can't really see, but I'm gonna tin these bottom edges. This is where it's nice to have high wattage soldering iron. Okay. Now we probably can do this. Then. Ooh, that's hot. Okay. Actually, you know what? I think it's I think it's sort of good on that side. So let's do the other side. Just remember, kids, solder is not welding. Okay, I'm just gonna kind of leave it not super on there so that I can take it back off again and do the spacer. Okay. Nice. Okay, let's show you what I did. Okay, so hopefully you got the gist, right? So it's just kind of like soldering it in place on both sides. Ouch! The copper on the bottom is hot. See, just kind of like that. So now it's, I would hate to say that that's like reinforced, but yeah, I don't know. This is what I'm going with. Google Translate tells me that solder is welding. Ah, yes. You need to clear the silver coating part of the silver coating part. Captain works very well for that. Use it with the dripper bypass. Put it on the ground for exposed ground for good solder fillets against the din. Okay, so I think we're good here. Now let's move along. Now the next part is so the little riser that's in here, that's supposed to be in here, or if you buy a new kit, it'll come with a little spacer. So unfortunately, I didn't do that. There were some other solder points I think that you soldered to that. But that does cover these, so you wouldn't have to put this Kapton tape down. But it also raises the din up off the board a little bit. And I'm going to show you the technique that Zaxour shows in... oh boy, this is upside down too. Welp. This looks different than the one in the picture, and now I'm lost. Uh-oh. Has anyone done one of these before? So in the picture, so the caps are on one side. They're on the same side. These yellow, those tantalum capacitors are on the same side as the flex cable connector, and on this one they're on the opposite side. You see? So I'm going to guess that because of the square needs to go down. So that means that the tantalum capacitors are probably hidden from view when it's soldered on there. That's my guess. Sorry, what I mean was the din has silver coating. You need to sand it off. Yeah, I see what you're saying. I think I'm gonna be all right. I don't know. Maybe I might do that when I do the frame thing. I got the Henu version. Okay. So what you're supposed to do is, thankfully I have the case on. So if you took yours completely apart or something weird, then you got to sign up with this top part of the case on, this one here, and then you put this on the din, right, flat. I know, yeah, you guys can't really see. Okay, and then you're supposed to put this kind of like back together and like press down, or like make it flush or something. And it's supposed to push that down a bit. Okay, yeah. It doesn't seem to be making contact, and maybe this is a revised version Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really make contact at all. Okay, so now that maybe it's because I don't have that thing there. So now when you take this off, oh, maybe it's actually, you know what? I don't know. I think there's plenty of room even with the flex cable. I don't know. It looks fine. It looks like it doesn't make contact. So I'm just going to solder that in there. Like so. If I have to resolder or something, I can, but... You're supposed to, it's supposed to be like tilted down. Here, I'll show you the picture. Like that. That's what with the spacer thing that I don't have, raises it up probably, you know, the millimeter or 1.6 millimeters or whatever, and then it might get in the way. So by putting the case back on, it pushes it down, and then that's where you're supposed to solder it like that at an angle if you have the spacer thing. So maybe I'll just do that anyways, just for ha-has. Yeah, I've never had any trouble soldering directly to it. Oh. Well, I got the new version. No, well, I have the new version, but I don't have the little... maybe I have the new version, but I don't have the little bracket thing. Shoot, so maybe I'll do this. But now it's in the way of this. Capacitor. I hope that's not going to be a problem. And you know what? Forget it. If I have to resolder the whole thing, then I will. Okay. So let's get these pins. And then these guys. Okay, cool. Okay, so it doesn't really hit anything, which is good. So, okay, so that's pretty much that. All it needs is Jeff Chen to design a filler thing. So now I think all we need to do is connect the flex cable somehow. All right, let's see. RF shielding and case trimming. Oh yeah, okay. Okay, so it doesn't mention this, but now we have to solder the flex or put the flex cable in. It doesn't really show. Okay, so I see in this picture it goes like this. I'm gonna have to look someone else's online. Up online. See how they routed this thing. Okay, so it starts there. And then what? Like this? How are you supposed to do this crazy thing? I don't have one of those modern cartridge type irons, so I can't get away with easily soldering high temperature. Yeah. Yep. Okay, well, let me go on the computer and see if I can find someone else's build and see how they did it. All right. Turbonanza. Maybe I'll just Google Turbonanza CoreGrafx. Cheeto did a TurboGrafx 16 Long Island Retro. What did they do? They just kind of went up and around. Oh, so that's the rib. Those are the ribs that I need to cut out. So that's good. I watched this. So we need to make those flat as well. Okay, so I have a phobia with that cartridge flex cable. Okay. So it's just slap it. Just do one of these. And then there's so much left. I guess that's not a bad thing though. Come on. You can do it. And then I'm going to assume, oops, sorry, this is not in view. Then I'm going to assume it's also the blue side up. Come on. Yeah, kind of. Okay. Did I forget to put the heatsink on? Heatsink? Oh, yeah. Well, I can still do it. Now that we've capped it, I should have put this back last time. Okay, so now I gotta remember what that. So that's it for the actual install. Now it's basically trying to put everything back together again. So I think I need to put this spacer. Oh no, maybe this goes on top. So I think it goes like this. So you put this screw in. And then there's a washer. I can't. Okay, well, hold on a minute. My washer. There was a washer. Okay, so get that sticking out a little bit. Oh, you guys can't see anything. This. That. And then a nut. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like that. Right? Good? I think so. All right. Now I've got to... Now I think... Oh, okay. Yeah, so I've got this. So I put this aside for a second. I've got to take this out. But there's these, this is never gonna, I'm gonna have to cut these little nubbins. This is not really super secured in there, but it's got these plastic welds here and there. So I need to just snip it. Snip it. Heatsink runs so hot, especially when the PC engine is attached to add-ons. Oh man, didn't even think of that. You can change that out to a buck converter and you won't need the heatsink. Oh. Okay. All right, so now this is out. Oh yeah, this is what, so does that mean these are just not usable anymore? Once you do this mod? Because it wants us to notch. Where does Long Island Retro notch theirs? Oh, there are notches on. Oh, does that mean I need to cut these parts off? I did not even think about that. What do I do? It looks different. It says I'm supposed to get rid of this part. Well, I'm not really sure, and I don't want to like ruin this. Emmett, do you know? You mentioned, I think Emmett, you mentioned before about these little, not losing these little things. Do you know anything about what I'm supposed to do with that? Maybe I'll ping Zaxour. Zaxour, help! Okay, I'm going to my Discord. Excuse me. Okay, well I can test it. I don't have to put the case back together yet. So while we're waiting for Zaxour to come in, hopefully he can answer a quick question. Let me put it in this. So I need. What do I need? Oh gosh, I almost just did it. Okay, I've got all the things, so I'm gonna leave that over there. So I've got this. I've got this, my TurboGrafx, or EverDrive, Turbo EverDrive? Yeah, that. You didn't do the Turbonanza? Okay. All right, now I need my Genesis. Oh no, my Saturn. Ooh, that means I need the little dongle. Okay, so I need power first. Power is vital. Okay, so we got power. Come on. Oh, you know, I was doing a different, oh no, this is correct. I want to go in there. Come on. Okay. That's that. Sorry you guys can not see me. Did you have the experience of nearly losing them when I removed the PAL mod for mine? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you could just nudge it and it goes flying. All right, so I'm looking for my... This is where I could use some improvement too in my setup. Just organization of stuff. Okay, it's not this. Not that one. Not that one. Where's the Genesis one? Oh, there it is. Okay, so I got the Genesis one. Now I need the little thing, the doohickey. Just where the doohickey is? Doohickey. Oh yeah, okay, it is. So then I've got the Genesis 2 to Saturn thing. So I'm testing out RGB. Should I be able to get S video through this? No, never mind. I'm dumb. I should be able to, yes, but I don't have a Saturn S video cable. Okay. Step 1. And step 2. Plug her in. Oh, is this the Saturn one? Yeah, it is. Am I not doing it right? Huh, what? It doesn't fit. Why you no fit? I feel like I'm gonna break it if I try to force it. What the heck? So now what? The DIN is upside down. Yeah, but I mean, it's still square on one edge. What the heck? It is kind of, is this not the right one? No, this is the Neo Geo one. I could have sworn that this was the Saturn one. Unless I put the Saturn one with the Saturn stuff over here. Saturn stuff. Hello. Where are you? In the closet? Okay, Saturn stuff is here. Well, worst case scenario, I can always test it with composite. At times the DIN is melted inside while soldering. That happens. Well, it's not exactly the same as the Saturn one. Why not? Check your other adapters. Square part goes to the other side. Put the arrow down. Okay, where's the thing? So I have a, this can't be, is this a stock cable? No, it's an aftermarket thing. Where's the dongle I just had? Okay, that looks exactly the same. The arrow goes where? The arrow, put the arrow down. Really? Oh, I see. It is upside down. Huh. That is strange. All right, where's that dongle again? It looks like it would fit the opposite way. And now I just lost my... The puppy who lost its way. Okay. Got it. So it goes upside down. Even though it looks right side up. I gotta make a mental note of that. Okay. Like a glove. Okay. Cool. Plug her in. Okay, now let's turn on the tink. Hey, what's up? So look at the pattern in the cable. No, this was not the problem I was having, Zaxour. The problem I was having is I have a CoreGrafx 1, and I've got a whole bunch. I was going to do the end where you cut the shield off the bottom here, but I've got not just the shield, but I've got these little pin things too. And I'm not sure if I need to remove all that or what. Yeah, and cut the case. So in the meantime, I'm just testing to see if it works. Let me just plug this in again so I can read comments over here. Okay, so let's switch to game capture. Yeah, and then we switch this to 3 or 2. No. 1? Yeah, 1. That's the tink. Then we need to flip it over, or do I not need to flip it over? I would just leave the whole shield out, and you need to trim those down. Okay, just an extra grounding plate for CD hardware. Okay. Okay, yeah, I don't love that, but Is this a special? Was this some kind of special version or something? All right, let's switch the tink to composite video. Turn it on. Maybe. Oh, Genesis. Go. Okay, well. The goggles, they do nothing. Okay, power is plugged in. Why you not turn on? Do. Is there some kind of LED indicator? What did I do wrong? Okay, I wanna put it on top of there. So goodbye, little springs. Hold on, guys. I'm just trying to not lose my little things here. Okay. Ah. And I'm just gonna plop. Hopefully, I'm not shorting out to my mat. When you soldered the DIN, did you isolate the exposed pads? I did. Sugar, honey, iced tea. Too many things to click. Am I right? Come on, you jerk. Okay, fine. Yeah, I put a piece of Captain tape underneath the DIN here. Yeah, to cover up the exposed vias. So it's just soldered to the ground plane that I scratched, the solder mask that I scratched off. Is your ribbon cable properly oriented? I'll double check. I know the one on the bottom is correct. Right, so the blue side up. And then here, I guess, blue side up. Maybe something to do with C-sync or versus composite sync. PC sync versus composite sync. This disable? That disables composite sync, right? The composite video. I can try this again. Just like take it out and I don't love the fact that I need to cut this case. I mean, obviously that's not a problem for every version of the CoreGrafx, but it makes me consider the aftermarket shell for this mod. If it was just an inside the rib or something that I could cut and then be done with it, and you wouldn't see it from the outside, I'd be fine with that. But the fact that it's still got holes in it at the bottom there. Barrel jack is off. I know now it's off, yeah. HD Retrovision uses Luma for sync. Does it? Or does it use composite video for sync? Yeah, that's what I meant. The RGR shell. I think it was what I was talking about. Yeah, I was just trying to flip it on its side, and I dropped it. I could try it again. I mean, I could see the TurboGrafx, the Turbo EverDrive would have a light on it, right? If it was connecting. No, it doesn't. Menu. Yep. I don't feel this getting hot. Oh my gosh. You know what the stupid problem is? I thought a different AC adapter. Guys, sometimes I'm not smart. I didn't plug the triad in. Let there be... Yes! Oh my god, that was dumb. Oh, the colors are weird. Or is this the colors? Wow, that was tugging my heartstrings. Hold on. We did it. That was stupid, guys. I'm sorry. How do I flip this? I want to flip it. Wow, would it really not let me flip this? Same thing as last week? Yeah, maybe. Stupid. That is awesome. Well, it's still missing a color, so I don't know what's going on here. I'm trying to, while I'm searching for, I don't know how to flip this back over. Oh, okay. Now let's do it. So what does that mean? Is that, go back to the bench. This stupid controller doesn't work. I need to hook up that other, this stupid remote for this HDMI thing. It just doesn't work. So that's pointless. This thing's a piece. Okay. All right, let's load a game. I'm gonna do plug this. Come on, you stupid thing. Plug in. Okay. I want to get the whatever, the PC Engine to USB thing now. Okay. This is janky. Okay. Yeah, let's do this. And then we do this. And then we do this. Yeah, it looks like it's missing blue. Well, what? Blue and green. I see red. Yeah, something is wonky. It looks crispy. Whack, 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 whack. Whack, whack, whack. So what do I have? I have red and green, but no blue. All right. Let's check my soldering. He's only seeing red, yeah. It should be a pale yellow, but it's white. Worst case, I'll send you another one. It's possible a bad solder joint developed, those stupid FFCs. Well, let's fix it. Oh, I hate how I have to do this every single time. Click the button twice. Okay. All right, so the doohickeys, you say, yeah. You gotta solder the doohickeys again. See? We need our tacky flux, see? I don't know why I'm talking like this. Just go with it. Okay. Yep. Turn down the soldering iron, see? Oh, but I'm not colorblind. Savage. Probably should unplug the ribbon cable before doing this, but nah. We do stuff first and then we regret our choices afterward. Come on, thing. There's one little bridge. Ugh, this little bridge on that first pin. Okay. Okay. I don't see any bridges here. Okay, so that looks fine. Eyes of a hawk. Yeah, that would be nice. Cell phone zoom. Oh, another person suggests magnification. Oh! I'm sorry. I know. I need to get a... wow, that's a cool cool shot. All right. Now, the other end of this thing... this thing was barely attached, Zaxour. Just kidding. Yeah, I definitely need... It's hard with these tantalums in the way. Did you hand solder this whole board? Or did you have them populate most of it and then you went and added some things after? It's going to be a little difficult. All right, I don't see any bridges on this either. And the pins look fine. So, well, probably should clean the flux off, but maybe a little bit. Just checking for bridging over by where we soldered that those wires, the S-video wires. Although that doesn't have anything to do with that, right? Because the, I guess I could resolder these, reflow these things here, right? Actually, where is what pin is blue on? Found a better connector that can populate. Oh, a better, huh? Not the whole board, but I had to do the FFC. Ah, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna look at the. Where's the blue pin? I'm just scrolling forever until I find the pinouts. Okay, so blue. Those playing along at home. I can't even see, so you can't play along at home. Blue is this bottom right one. There. Lower left? Upper left? Oh, you mean, yes, I see what you're saying. Because I have it reversed of where the, you got it. Got it. Okay, that should be fine. Enough to know if we did anything or not did anything. All right, so now let's put all this back temporarily. Oh, I also forgot the switch, power switch. But that's right. Yeah, whatever, I can still reach it. Okay, arrow is down. Okay. Power on the floor. Good spot for it. Controller in the bin. Why is the controller in the bin? Why is the rum always gone? Okay. All right, ready for action. Let's go dink, dink, dink. Retro tink time. Okay. All right. 3, 2, 1, go. Hello? great. Did I make it worse? Genesis. I hope I didn't make it worse. Okay, let's make sure that's connected all the way. Hello? Well, now what? Well, perhaps there is a short somewhere that I can't see in the flex cable. Or maybe I melted it just now. Let's look at... Oh, sorry, you guys can't see nothing. You're going to send me a new kit? Okay, that's fine. I really wish that I hadn't just busted it just now. Okay, let's check the other side again. Well, you know, and I'll do a better job cleaning it out too. I'm just looking at it with my God's magnification, which is my eyes. I'm not religious. I just thought that was funny. I don't know. Not sure. I don't think I moved any little components or anything. All right. Well, I will have to do some more tinkering. You have ground between signals? I think it's too late tonight. It's after 11. So if you want to send me a new kit, and also you said, Zaxour, did you mention that you had one for the Duo RX? Do you have an RX one? The FFC connectors are hellacious, yeah. On one end, I have a pair of 5-volt pins. Okay. All right. Well, it was working for a minute. Then I messed with it. I probably shouldn't. I messed too much. I'll try it again. I'll try to heat up those pins again, and then try to clean it really well. Clean the flux, and then let it dry, and then I'll put the flex cables back together on both sides. So same kit for the Duo R and RX. Nice. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I'd like to do one for my because the RX doesn't have anything but RF is the, oh no, it has composite output. I didn't know there was a Duo one. Yeah, it's got a little flex cable thing. Don't stress about it. You'll figure it out. Yeah, or I just put it in the bin and I forget about it. See, this would have been stress that I would have to handle to make the video, to release the video on time. Because I don't get much time to do these things, and that's why streaming is really good, because I can like, I want to try to plan ahead for these streams, but I can kind of like think about my idea and then put it aside, and then when stream day comes, I open it, and this is what I get. So RX has composite video. Yeah, go ahead and order a Saturn S video cable. Oh yeah, from what do you recommend for S video cables? Because yeah, and I also want to order those the composite, the shielded composite cables. Although well, I don't actually. I would need to use that. What you call it? The stock composite video is decent. I thought it was pretty decent. Maybe the colors are off or something. I think that's why people like the S video palette. DIY S video cable insurrection. Okay, got it. Okay. Okay, so I think that's where I'm going to leave it tonight. Cheapo Amazon S video cable has been more rugged than my insurrection one. That is interesting. Huh. Well, okay. I don't know what's next. I think because I'm on this DOS, if you guys completely missed my DOS rant, go watch the VOD, just the beginning of this VOD, where I talked about DOS. I think I want to do some DOS stuff next. So either maybe RetroArch / DOSBox Core, DOSBox Pure, not Core. Maybe next stream I'll do that on my computer here. I won't need another computer. It's just the emulator thing. But I was super excited for DOSBox Pure until I wasn't excited because it failed. But that's what started me down the DOS rabbit hole. So yeah, it might not be for everybody, but I'm into it right now. And I think that more retro gaming people would probably be interested in DOS options, DOS gaming options. So RGB is the wrong palette. Interesting. Thanks again, Zaxour. Thanks, everybody. I'll see you on Sunday.